everybody. Welcome to yet another Building Resilient Brands Summit. I hope you guys are having a good time. We've had a lot of insights shared on the programmatic mobile video and also a very lively session just now with all the OTT players across Southeast Asia. Now we'll move on to a newer chapter that's emerging across the globe and even more strongly in Southeast Asia. And as we are all aware, somewhere deep down, everyone's gaming among us. And that's what we are here to discuss about, the huge gaming trend that we are seeing in Southeast Asia. Some specifics around sub-regions, how they are emerging as clear winners when it comes to gaming. And ultimately, demystifying some mythbusters or myths that exist today for advertisers and brands. Now, before we deep dive into the insights, I just wanted to share a bit about how the report has been curated. We have looked at three different pieces to get the insights. One is, of course, consumer research, which we have built based on the InMobi Pulse platform, which is our leading mobile consumer intelligence platform. There are a few audience insights that we've looked at based on the InMobi audience intelligence platform. And ultimately, to look at who are the top advertisers who are spending, what are the top gaming categories that are really gaining, so on and so forth. We have looked at the InMobi Marketing Cloud or the mobile advertising platform. Now, just to deep dive into the research methodology specifically on InMobi Pulse, this consists of a mobile survey conducted programmatically by sampling 1,000 plus Indonesian smartphone users. And these responses were basically recruited in February 2021. Targeted and weighted to be representative of Indonesia's smartphone population. Now, as I was mentioning earlier, we look at three big pieces in this particular session. And the first being that just setting the stage and understanding how Southeast Asia is becoming a behemoth in itself when it comes to mobile gaming. Secondly, just doing a deep dive into one of the sub-regions, which is Indonesia, and how that's emerging as the land of the committed user. And finally, taking a deep look at some of the gaming advertising mythbusters that exist and demystifying them to help you understand why it could be so much more worth your advertising and branding budgets. Now, first up, while we definitely have heard, read, and learned a lot about gaming globally, close to 3 billion gamers, especially mobile gamers across the globe, and this number seems to only be increasing with even, the gaming ad spends supposed to be increasing. But Southeast Asia accounts for close to 250 million mobile gamers, right? And that's a huge number in itself within this particular group of countries. And that is basically something that we are seeing emerging as one of the biggest leaders out here in Asia Pacific. Now, one of the big shifts that we are seeing out here in Southeast Asia is that gaming is not just a young urban man's game anymore. We are seeing a lot of female gamers, and we are also seeing a bunch of old age or, Gen Z and, millennial population taking to gaming even more, given that mobile has democratized it a lot. So you see here that a bunch of gamers in, the 18 to 24, 25 to 44, and 45 plus age groups as well are there, which include a bunch of them from the women as well. Now, what's also happening is that with the democratization of gaming via mobile, what's happening is a bunch of gaming categories are gaining popularity, of which 3 or 4 are the most famous right now or most popular. That includes casual, simulation, action games, and board or arcade games. But as we look at, the new trend that emerged specifically around the time when every country was going into lockdown last year, around April 2020, compared to January 2020, we were seeing a 3 to 3.5x growth in the usage itself. Now, this was a very, very new trend that was emerging. But as we basically jumped into January 2021, what we thought of as a new trend or an emerging trend was basically resulting into lasting impact with a 2x growth in usage itself. So this was not a mere spike or a one-time spike. It was basically a sustained growth that's basically emerged with mobile gaming. Now, as we understand that, let's deep dive into Indonesia and understand why it is becoming the land of the committed gamer. Now, the first bit, as I was already mentioning about accelerated democratization, both the pandemic and mobile have basically meant that more and more people have been welcomed into the arms of mobile gaming. In our survey, we found that 46% Indonesians started playing mobile games during the pandemic. And equally, 2x growth was seen on the InMobi audience intelligence platform between February 20 to January 21. Now, that is a huge number. And to put that into perspective, if you look at the 2x growth in unique users, pitched against the growth in usage specifically for Indonesia, which was 4x, much higher than what we saw as the average in Southeast Asia, we see that we are not only looking at a huge scale of smartphone users who are gaming, but also looking at these users being really engaged whenever they are gaming because of the 4x growth in usage. And that's where, when we asked people specifically as to how do they game, we saw that Indonesia is emerging as the land of committed gamers, where committed gamers are those who play once to several times a day. And this is valid across gender and age groups, as you see on the right. But what we wanted to do was actually dig deep into the main reason why a lot of Southeast Asians and Indonesians specifically have taken to gaming. Just understand what changed. And that's where we found that mobile gaming is actually sneaking into the entertainment zone for a lot of connected consumers, which means that gaming is now the new face of entertainment alongside OTT music, video, so on and so forth. And that stands across age groups, as you see, and also across different demographics itself, with even married people without kids playing just for relaxation and entertainment. However, what is really unique, and this applies along with a bunch of the short form video trends we are seeing in the region, is that gaming is actually being used as a snacking entertainment mechanism, wherein over 73%, close to 73% of the respondents are looking at basically spending more than 10 minutes on games in each session. And specifically when we look at the different kinds of gamers, committed gamers on the left and occasional gamers on the right, you see that there is a 1/3 spike in basically the total time spent by each gamer profile. Now, what this has also meant is that as people are looking for more entertainment, more relaxation, spending more and more time per session and overall on gaming, they are exploring as many games as possible. So you did see a bunch of popular pieces, but then there are also things like multiplayer online battle arena, specifically sports, strategy games that are also picking up in the region. But however, what gaming developers must remember is that the number of games installed by the average Indonesian is somewhere in the range of 4 to 7 plus, right? And that basically means that while there is enough space, there is not all the space that you might want on the consumer smartphone. So you would basically need to make sure that you are doing enough to actually feature and continue to remain on the consumer smartphone. This is also basically seen in terms of the frequency of downloading the games, wherein committed gamers are downloading games several times a week or several times a month. Now, we also wanted to understand how the different gamers are actually discovering new mobile games, and most importantly, committed gamers. Committed gamers seem to be really looking at social media for a lot of proof, App Store recommendations more importantly whenever they are searching, and then ads on other apps when they are playing or engaging, right? So that's something that would be most critical for any gaming developers when they are trying to push their apps to the committed gamers or even other gamers in Indonesia. So as we've seen a bunch of insights around how gaming is shaping up in Southeast Asia and specifically the sub-region of Indonesia, I wanted to actually talk a bit about the myths that exist today among brands, advertisers about this new media, and how we can actually help them understand, adopt, and make the most out of this new media. So here we deep dive into some of the gaming advertising mythbusters. Now, the first thing, like I was mentioning, is that the entire demographic shift that has happened in gaming is clearly seen as women have seemed to enter the arena, with 80% of women being committed gamers. We've already seen how specifically in Indonesia, over 40% of the gamers are actually women. And also what we have seen is that overall time spent per session by women is also in the range of 11 minutes to 1 hour, which in itself is a huge, huge number. Another aspect is that a gamer actually represents many avatars today in the real world. While you see that, they are gaming on mobile phones, probably binging on some of these, casual gaming apps, word puzzle apps, etc., they also represent retail store visitors, restaurant visitors, convenience store visitors, so on and so forth. And they are equally found on a bunch of other apps like entertainment, photo and video, utilities, social networking. So it's important that to understand that mobile gamers are actually available across a bunch of other apps, and at the same time also represent a bunch of other offline personas. Now, what is the most important and most critical aspect to really understand for advertisers and brands is that gamers represent an engaged audience. A mobile gamer today has a preferred method to progress in a game, and that is to watch an ad rather than make in-app purchases or pay money. And in Indonesia, we saw that approximately 80% of all mobile gamers prefer to watch an ad. Now, as a consequence of that, what we've also seen is that 2 in 3 mobile gamers actually recall seeing an ad. It could be either because the brand or product or topic of interest was really relevant, the ad was engaging and really interactive, or the ad helped them benefit in the game, right? But because of either reason, they actually end up having higher recall than any other environment itself. So gaming, what we need to recall again is that gaming represents, smartphone users at scale with the current growth in unique users. It also means that gaming folks with their snacking behavior represent a highly engaged audience, with the 4x growth that we have seen in Indonesia and the 3 to 3.5x growth that we have seen, or 2x growth that we've seen in Southeast Asia. And on top of that, we see that they have a very high ad recall when playing mobile games. So that means that gamers are probably the best audience that you'd like, because they also represent your real world or offline personas. Now, last but not the least, we've seen that a bunch of guys are actually spending on gaming apps and reaping the benefits. Shopping, retail, FMCG, electronics, travel, automotive are all really seeing the benefits. Because on InMobi Exchange specifically, we are seeing that 80% of spending on gaming apps is accounted for by top 5 industries. And there's a 40% higher VCR or video completion rate seen on these ads when compared to the industry benchmarks in the region. And we also see a close to, again, 40% higher click-through rates or CTRs on these very ads on the InMobi Exchange when compared to the industry benchmarks out there. So again, it's smartphone users at scale, highly engaged audience who have great brand recall and are engaging with your brand and video. So that basically just represents a very, very good audience to have in the connected world. So it's up to you guys as brands, advertisers, and agencies to make sure that you're reaping the benefits of this new media that's doing the rounds. So that's the end of the insights that I had for all of you guys. If you're interested in learning more, please feel free to reach out at mobilemarketing@inmobi.com and we'll get back to you.